You're watching Black and Gold Today.
Welcome back to the show. When it comes to man caves and showing off your pride for the sports teams that you always love and cherish, Fred Frisco has quite the recreational space over in Ohio.
Black and Gold Today videographer and producer Kent Urbanski traveled to Chardon, Ohio, and brings you this feature of a diehard Steelers fan who lives in the Buckeye State.
Hi, I'm Fred Frisco. This is my son Dominic. I'm from Chardon, Ohio, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but we're lifelong Steelers fans. It started really with the Iron City beer cans, the 70s beer cans that had the team pictures on them. I would try to grab everyone I could and bring it back to Cleveland. Growing up in the 1970s, who doesn't love the Pittsburgh Steelers? But being in Cleveland, Ohio, a little tougher. All my friends are Browns fans. We have a great camaraderie, but Steelers are always number one in our hearts.
Well, I like it. I like the Steelers. It's fun being raised with a great franchise.
So we've got about 4,000 square feet total here, ranging from the 1970s all the way up through current. Tried to display some of our favorite memorabilia from some of the signs that we paint on down through, collectible footballs, signed jerseys, family types of pictures. I really like to develop memories with my sons and my wife and family, brothers. Anything that I can find that has the Steelers logo on it, I'll grab. One of my favorite pieces is this Pittsburgh Steelers book bag. I had this bag is probably close to 35, 40 years old. It holds about 4 or 5 books, thick books, and gets pretty heavy, 40 pounds would say, maybe. The great thing about this bottom piece is this slides real nice on ice when you're bowling for a Browns fan. You know, the funny part about the Browns fans are, and maybe it's just my friends, but I think most of them, regardless of the hate for the Steelers, they do respect them. They see the 1970s, they see the history, they know the history of the Rooney family.
And many of your friends try to turn you, so to speak, and try to make you a Browns fan?
Not really. I have actually turned some of my friends into Steelers fans, which is kind of crazy.
My dad's now 82, and we finally got him to his first Steelers game. I don't think he could afford tickets growing up and so forth throughout his life. So these are my brothers and my dad. I like this. This is one of my favorite collectibles. It's a great memory of us as a family, as a Steelers family. These are the old Three Rivers Stadium chairs, and I'm sure a lot of people have these. These are a great memory of Three Rivers Stadium. My brother and I were able to find a guy who had these. We went back and met him in downtown Pittsburgh, and we decided, let's go put these seats back where they originally were. I think it's probably close. I'm not sure what section that is, but put those back there and thought, wow, this is where they belong, and it created a great memory for myself. So this piece here we won at the Steelers alumni auction. This is the groundbreaking shovel for Heinz Field, signed by Mr. Art and Mr. Dan Rooney. So another favorite piece is this 1982 Jack Lambert's 50th Anniversary Team Award. So this is a one of one. No one will ever have this again. Some custom-made banners that are really dear to me because they create a lot of history. This poster here with Dilly Dilly, the Steelers team is for really. And Ryan Shazier was nice enough to come and sign this prior to the game. Unfortunately, this is a career-ending game that he was in, so we'll definitely hold this one close to our hearts. The history is so deep with Pittsburgh and the Browns fans. I think that's one of the things that they really look up to the Steelers about is that loyalty that the Steelers players have had throughout the years.
Now, Fred has a couple special needs schools, and because they need some vocational work, he has created a popcorn shop called North Coast Corn Creations. He's created a Black and Gold Today snack on our behalf. It's delicious, addicting, and the money goes toward a great cause. And Mike, I happened to crack open a bag just yesterday. Boy, I could almost eat the whole thing. I had to actually have some discipline and stop snacking on the popcorn.
I'm right there with you, and I've been looking for a fall snack, just a delectable, a sweet treat all fall long. And this time of year, some caramel corn like this is exactly what you need to get yourself game day ready. So yeah, this is good stuff right here. We really appreciate the generosity.
Yeah, it does colorize your teeth a little bit and then some, but boy, is it worth it, and it certainly hits the spot. Time now for our Fan Sound Off segment, where you, the fans, get to step behind the microphone and voice your opinion. And this week's topic is the Steelers-Browns rivalry. Is it finally back?
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
Steelers!
I'm most
most definitely. I think we got something to prove now. We got to kind of get it back. You know, they beat us the first time, last year they beat us twice, right? So yeah, it's time to reclaim that throne of the AFC North.
It's a huge rivalry, and I think it'll be there for many years to come. Yes, it is. And some of my friends are huge Browns fans. I'm like, no, still a Steelers fan all the way. They're going to beat them.
I'd say just being so close to, you know, Ohio and the Steelers, that's just been, it goes back to the old days where football used to be football and just where they could hit each other hard.
I don't think the rivalry ever went away, even when the Browns, got relocated to Baltimore. But yeah, the rivalry's always been there, and I hope it will always be there.
It has been rekindled, and in the last couple years, you feel a fire between the two of them. When they're on the same field together, it's electric.
And that brings us to our Fan of the Week, and that high honor goes to Monique Fergatch, as she and her husband made the trip all the way from Austin, Texas, to cheer on the black and gold, and it was worth the trip as the Steelers got the W on that Sunday night game against the Seattle Seahawks. By the way, don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Black and Gold today. And Mike, it's Halloween weekend, and for many, it's all about eating the right treats.
No doubt about it. So before you dive into the candy bag, Black and Gold Today's Jessica Ryan has another simple dish to make while watching that Steelers-Browns rivalry.
Happy Halloween. We have something super easy for the Browns game today. They're taco peppers. If you have some leftover taco meat, these are perfect. You just take a bell pepper, put some taco meat on there, and a little bit of cheese. They're delicious. So when you're looking at these bell peppers, you really want the sections that have the 3. They just cut so nice to make little cups for that taco meat. Pretty perfect. So you're gonna take the taco meat, just a couple spoonfuls, and drop it in there. And all you're gonna do is top it with a little bit of shredded cheese that'll melt up really, really nice in the oven. You're gonna cook them on 350 for about 15 minutes, just enough time to soften up those peppers and add a little bit of melted cheese to the top. These are great as is, but if you like some salsa and sour cream traditionally on your tacos, you absolutely can have that on here. I love a little sour cream on the side. This is a great appetizer, but it can be an awesome meal throughout the week too. If you have some leftover taco meat and some bell peppers, just cut them in half, stuff them, top with cheese, and it'll make for a good dinner. Go Steelers!
Thanks, Jess. As always, everything looks good in what she makes out of that kitchen. Still to come on Black and Gold today, we'll wrap up the show for week number 8.
Stay with us here on Black and Gold Today.
Hi, I'm Fred Frisco from Chardon, Ohio, lifelong Steelers fan, and you're watching Black and Gold Today.
You're watching Black and Gold Today.
Welcome back to the show. Time now for our fantasy picks, and for those who have weekly lineups, and Mike, quite a cast of characters for week number 8.
How about Joe Burrow leading the Bengals, the AFC's leading quarterback right now, I guess you could say. Zach Moss, be smart and go with him instead of like what I do with Devin Singletary in that Bills backfield. It usually doesn't work out too well for myself. And then how about Robert Woods, a wide receiver for the LA Rams? They have been explosive. Cooper Kupp's been the #1 receiver in the league, but Woods could be a guy that gets more targets because of that going forward.
Yeah, I always want to look for those dark horses out there when it comes to certain matchups. Terrible towel standings based on our predictions and who comes the closest on points. And look who's caught lightning in a bottle. Kent Urbanski winning back-to-back terrible towels. And like the Steelers, as they were able to do so going into their bye week, winning back-to-back times, we'll see if Kent can make it 3 in a row as he now leads the terrible towel standings 2 versus all of us having just the 1. And here are our picks between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. 3 of you guys are going with Steelers. I'm going to go with the home dogs because I think that this is just definitely a toss-up game, but I'm going to stick with the home team and try to sneak in and get a victory and get another towel.
I just can't let Kent get a 3-game streak going on us, so I got to keep pace here. It seems like 2 years ago since I got my lead there in the Buffalo game, so I don't know what's going on, but we got to try to keep some pace here.
Well, and what was funny is just behind the scenes, he was so nervous because he didn't get a terrible towel just yet, and it's like, Ken, it's a long season.
Yeah.
They actually added anher game
He's rounding
for
into
you
form.
to even get an extra game, you know? But we'll see how it goes on week number 8 for the Steelers as they take on the Browns. And that does it for for this edition of Black and Gold Today. From all of us here, have a great weekend and enjoy the game.
Thanks for watching. Join us next week for another edition of Black and Gold Today.